We were boyfriend-girlfriend. But over time he got really mad at me because I wouldn't ever say, I love you. And we'd argue and I'd say, why? Why should I say I love you? It's just stupid words that mean anything to anyone. You should know how I feel. Without me having to say it, you should just know. And then you got angry one time and you screamed, why? Why should you say I love you to me? Why? Because I'm amazing! That's why! And if you can't see that, then you're stupid. I'm amazing and I'm awesome, and if you don't love me, then you're stupid. So I totally disagreed with you. And I said to myself, I'm not stupid, you're stupid. And I still refused to say I love you. But then slowly over time, you stuck with me. And patiently you taught me how to say I love you. And I used to think that I wouldn't say I love you to you precisely because I was so smart. Because I was too smart to say I love you. But here we are, Jenna, today. And because you taught me how to love. You taught me how to say I love you. And now I know the smartest thing I ever did was to say, I love you, Jenna. Because I do love you, Jenna, with all of my heart. And I can't wait to spend the rest of my life together with you by my side as my wife. And so remember that kiss under the fireworks? The greatest, most magical kiss of my entire life. You remember, right? You even said to me today, you said, remember that kiss? Well, I'm ready to hurry up and make that kiss number 2 in the best kiss contest. Because looking at you here today, I know that when we're pronounced man and wife, and I take the veil off your pretty face, which you already made me do because you said you wanted to see everybody. When I finally get to kiss you as my wife, I know that that will be the greatest kiss of my entire life.
Thank you, Justin. And considering that both parties seem very eager to be pronounced man and wife, let's move on to the vows. If you don't mind stepping in front of me here and repeating after me together. I promise to be faithful, supportive, and loyal.
I promise to be faithful, supportive, and loyal.
To give you my companionship, honesty, and love throughout all the changes of life.
To give you my companionship,
Honesty,
and love throughout all the changes of life.
I vow to bring you happiness, kisses, and cuddles.
I vow to bring you happiness, kisses, and cuddles.
And I will always treasure you as my companion.
And I will always
treasure you as my companion.
I promise to support you in your dreams.
I promise to support you in your dreams.
And aid in your journey to reach your full potential.
And aid in your journey to reach your full potential.
I will share new experiences and walk beside you.
I will share new experiences and walk beside you.
Offering courage and stability.
Offering courage and stability.
Accepting your weaknesses.
Accepting your weaknesses.
And lending you my strength.
And lending you my strength.
Throughout all the chaos and calmness of life.
Throughout all the chaos and calmness of life.
For richer or poor.
For richer or poor.
In sickness or in health.
In sickness or in health.
Even in the event of a zombie apocalypse. Till death do us part, I do. And now for the rings.
Oh shit.
Maybe you want to talk about longer. We're getting the rings. The rings are on their way.
The rings are on their way?
I knew that would happen.
Yeah. Talk more about your kiss.
No problem.
That's gonna end.
Backup sermon, backup sermon. Actually, I didn't have a chance to share this story with you earlier, but I asked Justin, in an attempt to fulfill my ministerial duties, why he thought he was ready for marriage a while back. And he told me a story that's quite memorable. He told me about a time when he was 18 years old, and he decided for some reason to pierce his nipple. Yeah. His mother was less than enthusiastic about this decision. Do you remember this?
Oh, yes.
Oh yes, she says. So he pierced his nipple, and Mom said, you know, why don't you take it out sometimes? I take out my earrings sometimes. Why don't you take out the ring sometime? So Justin, being a good son, decided one night to take out the nipple ring. And the next day when he woke up, he discovered that the hole had closed and he no longer had a pierced nipple. But not to be discouraged. The next year he went out and got a 10-gauge ring and pierced both of his nipples. He wore those nipple rings all the way through college, and coming to Taiwan, all the way through getting a job, being 28 years old. And one day he looked in the mirror and he said, why in the world am I wearing these? And he took them out. But when he told me the story, I immediately recognized that, well, here's a man who, for number one, has bought jewelry, and number two, he suffered pain in very sensitive areas of the body. So therefore, he is as ready for marriage as any man can be.